Serengeti, and the tribe I studied was the Ohlone. The Ohlone lived from San Francisco to Monterey Bay and east to the mountains and west to the coast. The Ohlone could find everything they needed within their environment. That means they did not have to go out of their territory. But they did go out of their territory to trade. Rivers, oceans, forests, and marshlands provided the Ohlone with food and shelter. The main food they ate are fish and acorns, but they also ate meat and shellfish. Hunting tools the Ohlone used are bow and arrows to hunt deer and rabbit, spears and nets and spears to catch fishes, and a bolo for birds. Making a bolo was my first project, and what you need to make a bolo is you need 2 rocks and 2 cords. My bolo was man-made cord. The Ohlones would have used deer grass instead of man-made cord to make their bolo. So to make my bolo, I took 1 rock and 1 cord, and then you can follow the pictures below to make a knot around the rock. And then you do the exact same thing for the other 1 rock and 1 cord, and then you tie a knot to attach them together, and that will make a bolo. The movement of the bolo is first you swing it above your head, then you wait until the birds are close enough, and then you throw it at the birds. And what it would do is it would knock the birds out of the sky. And this is a picture of an Ohlone hunter. So having the bolo and throwing it, I made 2. The Ohlone was made 4. They used the birds' feathers for headdress and ceremonies. The bones were grinded to be used in medicines by the shaman. Besides chants and dances, the Ohlone made herbal medicine. In their medicines, they had grinded animal bones and plants. The herbal medicine was used with ceremonies or without ceremonies. Common medicine plants are the California bay leaf and the California goldenrod. There are different mixtures of herbs that help different illnesses. Different mixtures of herbs. Here are some different mixtures of herbs. They make a tea. They eat it plain. They make washes. And they make rubs and paste. 2 illnesses I wanted to talk about are the high fever in children and the poison oak.
That affects a lot of us, doesn't it?
A high fever in children is when a person gets very hot and starts to sweat. The treatment is a tea. The plants used are the mallow and the Mexican balsamic. They use the roots of the Mexican balsamic and use the leaves and stem of the they use the roots of the mallow and they use the leaves and the stem of the Mexican balsamic. And you can pass this around, but please don't read. And you may smell it because it really looks good. Okay. My poison oak is a very common illness because it was found everywhere in the Ohlone territory, and it still is today. It's found in a lot of places here. You know when you get poison oak because you start to itch a lot. The treatment was to make a wash. The plants used are the gumweed, the coffee berry, and the California bay. They used the stem and flower of the gumweed, and they used the leaves of the coffee berry and California bay. It was fun to study about the Ohlone and learn about them. It was interesting because where we live is where the Ohlone used to live. Thank you. Any questions? Do the Ohlone live on a reservation? The Ohlone do not live on a reservation, but they are trying to be recognized by the government to get a reservation. Danielle? Whatever high fever, is it real or is it? Yeah,
It's like if you had a fever. And so they, rather than taking Tylenol, they had natural herbal medicines that they would make.
And where did you find them? My mom went to the hospital to get the Mexican balsamic, and Ryan's mom got us for some of their food.
Great.
And a tree in her backyard.
Yeah. That would make sense. It's Ohlone territory then. That is very interesting, Morgan. This is really
I have
informative.
one more thing to say. Washes are much different than teas in some ways. Because the tea, you let it boil. When you make the tea, you let it boil, you take it off, and you put the plant in, and then you just let it sit there. And then you stop the leaf and you pour it into another thing, and then you pour it in, and then you have it, and then the person just thinks a wash is when you put the thing in, and then you let it boil, and then you take it out, and then you take it on something they would use to pat it, I don't know what it is, you push it, you let it all wet, and then you put it on.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Excellent job. That's very And where is Gina? I don't know where I put people. Gina, are you ready to go?